So there's a poor kid that you know, and he needs your help. He's in a bad spot in his life. You don't have food, you don't have shoes, so you give him money, you give him all these things to help him, and a few years later, he becomes a professional athlete. He makes millions, and he doesn't need your help anymore, but you still give him your help, and you still give him a percentage of your paycheck, even though he doesn't need it. Well, I mean, would you still give your percentage of your paycheck to him? Of course not, you would. The United States government would. They're the big money machine, and they just waste money on a bunch of stupid stuff all the time. Alright, the estimated population is 100 to 180. And this is what I think, this is not real. I don't understand how anybody can believe this. Last year alone, in 2015, 25 panthers were killed on the highways. And that's with 60 to 70 plus road, bridges, and bridge modifications with high fences. And plus, that don't even count for probably 10 or 15 more that got killed by drunk drivers or illegal immigrants that they hit them, or people hit them and didn't know, and they didn't report it because they couldn't report it, and they ran off in the woods and died. I'll tell you a little personal experience. I've been around panthers a lot of my life. From a young age, I had one walk under me and my dad when we were sitting in a tree stand one time. This is two times I've seen a panther with a collar on. This is important because it shows how much these experts don't know how many are out there. Another time I'll tell you about is when we were coming off an airboat and 300 yards away airboat's loud. It's probably the loudest thing in the woods you'll hear. 200, 300 yards down the way, the panther's walking towards us. So this just shows how many there are and how around people there are, they have lost their fear of humans. The point of the panther and the reason they want the panther to be around is it's supposed to be the apex predator. They keep in check all the lower animal populations so that they don't overpopulate, eat all the food, and then they starve themselves out and die. The problem with this is the humans, we're pretty much the apex predator. We pretty much keep all the game populations in check now, and what they're trying to do is they're trying to keep the populations of panther at what it was usually, at historic highs in 1890s and all that, but there's less land for them to be on now, and there's more people and there's not enough game. There's more game, but it's not enough. They're overpopulating the population. It sounds crazy, but rationally, I really do believe this, that they just say the numbers are low so they can keep their jobs and get funded. I honestly believe that. And really, there's no such thing as a Florida panther anymore because the mountain lion was brought in. There's about 30 left in the 80s or 70s, and they brought, 8 mountain lions in from out west, and they bred in with the population, and I know they brought more in since then. So really, it's just a crossbreed between Florida panther and mountain lion, with more mountain lion than Florida panther. You can also see this in their size now. They're much bigger than they were 30 or 40 years ago. All right, as I said earlier, game numbers have dropped rapidly. So what happens when the natural food source goes away? 10 calves are estimated taken between most, and this is on a study done by the University of Florida. 10 calves are estimated to be taken from most ranches or herds. A year ago, prices of a yearling heifer or steer would be $600 to $800 a head. That's $8,000 per rancher. And that could be much more because panthers cache their foods, which means they bury them or pile them up with leaves and stuff. So they don't know they're there. So really, there could be 20 to 30 that are missing from a herd. So that's $20,000 taken right away from the economy. There's nothing you can do. You can't get it back. There's nothing you can do about it. In much bigger cattle operations like Alico, that could be up into the hundreds of thousands. Not too high, probably between 100,000, 200,000, 10,000s. That's a good place. So that's loss of the economy. Many people, including county commissioners and sheriffs, they see waste as something that really is taking away from the county itself. Not only in tax dollars, but land from from the nature conservancies taking the land, they're not getting the tax from it anymore from the private lands. But also, like I said, they're taking away from the cattle industry, and that's money that's taken away from the people, and money that can be spent on things that get the economy going better. Most people in the agriculture field, and this is county commissioners, people in ag, they say that the population is probably around 400 to 500. The biggest evidence I really feel is that there's the 25 roadkills in a year with all those bridge modifications, all that. That's huge, and nobody wants to look at that and say, that's a big deal. Some counties pay in the next few years. They're going to pay $17.75 million. Imagine what else could be spent with that and not wasted on the Panthers. Plus, most of those bridge modifications are mostly, they say, about an average price of $1 million each. So just imagine how much money they spent in the last 10 to 20 years on fences and bridges. Needs to be taken off endangered species list, and really it needs population control. Don't get me wrong, I think this is one of God's beautiful creatures He put on this earth, but have as much money spent on them when we really need are hurtful to us in the county at such a high population and what they're not meant to be in South Florida. I believe there is more now than there's ever been before in a lot smaller of an area. I hope you agree with me, and I hope you take away an insight to what is really going on in the swamps of Southern Florida.